Yeah, come on. Walk towards it, go in front of it, walk around it.
Sick. Iman.
Hey, how are you, Manny?
Good. I can't wait to see what you got cooking. Well, I don't see any papers, but I do see VR set. This time is a 3D.
Yeah, this time is a 3D. I thought it's the best time to jump into 3D to see the actual forms in play. I know you're a visual person. And
I love visual.
Yeah,
so I want to see what you got. And I know you picked up from my last session.
Yes.
What I was kind of going which direction, and you've, I'm sure, tweaked it a lot.
Oh yeah, it took us like 3 weeks to come up with the actual presentation here in VR. So we got the best pieces of each design and integrated it into one cohesive format. So it's a 3D file. So on purpose, this one doesn't have material. It's like a white surface. It's like a sculpture.
Okay.
To check the form, proportions, and everything else. There's no graphics, nothing that is distracting. The details will be next session. Yes.
Okay. My life these days is full of distraction. So you're on the right track.
Yeah.
All right. So how are we going to do this?
Okay. So I'm going to put it on. Yeah, I'm going to put it on, explain a little bit about the design, and then I'm going to have you put it on and then go into VR and
I'm going to be able to see it there on the screen?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
This is going to be fun.
Okay, so let's start where we left off last time. So this is the inspo, right?
Correct.
So I remember you mentioned you like Bugatti Royale and then the Rolls-Royce round door. We analyzed the designs. And then we think Drophead is a good platform for this. So based on that, we made a little bit of research. And then we have your top 3 choices. So this was your front view that you loved. And this is pretty much what you liked about like the rear end 3/4 of the car. And this is what you liked about rear view, right? Yeah. So we tried to be respecting these 3 elements and these 3 sketches and had a little bit of research as well. So it's very interesting that when you look at famous classic cars like other Bugattis like Type 57S, so there are very distinct elements here that you can see. You have this, protrusion here and then this indentation, which is pretty much what we had here, You see, we had that. So we thought it's a good reference to stick to. So we keep that in our design. The other thing that we like a lot is basically, here's another version of the same car. So you see we have that. Yes. So we said, okay, let's try to keep that in place. And then the other thing is, one of the cool factors of classic cars, like round door and even Bugattis, is how the hood opens up from the center.
From the center,
towards both sides. So that's pretty interesting. I thought we should keep it. So in order to keep that, we need like a central spine. We need like a central element in the car so we can have like a structure here and then we can just open it up. So that's one of the things that we try to keep. And the other thing is, if you see like all the classic cars, they have this like form that kind of contracts in the end, so that's like very aerodynamic.
Like the camel hump.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, it's not the most beautiful by modern day standards, so we try to keep the concept but make it more futuristic and bring it into the future. So I'm going to put these over there. As you can see, we have some very interesting stuff going on here. First of all, the center spine thing here. So we have this element here, this and that, going all the way to the back, right? So I'm imagining this as some sort of a transparent surface, like a glass here, and even glass on the hood, so we can kind of showcase the engine underneath. And then the hood is going to open up this way. So we're going to have this when it's opened up, like that.
Very cool.
Yeah, so that's the idea there. The other thing is, let's say we have like a very strong, powerful front end here. So we have, this is like very chic and at the same time very powerful, very strong presence. So what I try to keep here is continuity across the entire car. So whatever element we have here could be like a rose gold metal accent, whatever, that going all the way here, it's going to continue on the rooftop, going all the way to the back and coming down. So we're basically trying to create this in real size proportions, just as a reference. So the design is based on the wheelbase and the proportions of the drop head. So you can kind of see where it sits and how the panels come together to create the car, you know. So we're following the main hard points basically. So it's very tough to do that because it's a very solid static car. We're trying to create a very dynamic, emotional car. It's really tough to do that, but I think we have achieved that.
So I feel like the rear is a stretch, right, from a drop head length, but the front is not really a stretch, right?
No, front is really, as you can see, let me see if I can do it like this. So there's like a little bit, because I don't want to have a lot of overhang in the front, because it makes the car like very static, you know. So this is much more dynamic. And at the end, when there is like not a lot of mechanical components going on, we can extend the car. This is like that 3 feet that's gonna make us be as much length as the Bugatti Royale. But in order to avoid creating like a big blob of form like that has nothing, we basically have this indentation here that is kind of following the path of the old Bugattis, 57S for example. See this?
Yeah.
So we have that form factor to kind of, you know, remind us to the very beautiful classic cars of the past. And that spine thing, we have like a double element here, which is like that. So it's a very modern design, but there are some very smart classic car references here and there that if you know, you know. Otherwise, you wouldn't look at this as like a retro classic or retro futuristic car. You would look at it as a beautiful futuristic car, you know. So that was I guess the idea behind it, to make it stand out. So the other thing is, I kind of want to have like a center exhaust here. What we have to see how the pipe's going on, because we don't have the car to scan it right now. We need to see the mechanical components and the exhaust system, how does it work, but it would be beautiful to put it like center here. With like
or if there is any way to do it like the SLR, have them on the side.
Here? Yeah, here would be great. Something around here, that would be nice too.
Oh,
and by the way, speaking of this, for example, Bugattis have always had this very interesting C-shaped graphic on their side. And like other famous cars, they have some sort of a very interesting chrome or metal accent graphic going on. So I tried to keep that. And then the round door here, you know. So I was like, we cannot have a round door. It's impossible to do it right now, but we can kind of emphasize on that roundness and then go like this, you know. So if you look at this, we have this beautiful rose gold accent coming here, going all the way down and then shooting to the back. And then the same form comes here, shapes the C-pillar, goes back in, goes underneath and comes back down. So it's a beautiful continuous form. Oh, by the way, this form here, you can...
It's raised,
Yeah, it's raised, so you can go through.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's very nice. And by the way, this like emblem, that's gonna like retract inside and come out. So it's like, there's
continuous,
like continuous. So you have this continuous form going all the way to the top.
Very cool.
So that would be beautiful. Especially if you have some sort of a very dim lighting underneath this.
I was gonna say that, put some LED lights underneath.
Exactly, that would be very, very nice. And then we have like obviously daytime running lights here, or we can have them here. As you can see, I didn't go through graphics because at this moment doesn't really matter, like where the headlights gonna be or even the tail lights gonna be.
Modify that later.
Yeah, that's gonna be detailed for later. This is just a presentation of how the form can be evolved based on this platform, based on the Rolls-Royce platform. How far we can push it to be closer to this based on real world limitations and proportions. So this is, I guess, as far as we can get, but we need to double check with the engineers as well. So basically, If you look at it from the top view, you have this very beautiful teardrop shape going all the way down, which resembles, you know, these cars of the past. And as you can see, you're very close to this graphic here. So we have these lines going on, going all the way, and then we have the exhaust. So we have the same thing happening here. Obviously it will be like a lot nicer when it's like finalized, but so we try to basically keep all the major elements and put them into 3D to see how it works as a car.
So my initial feedback is I love it. I do want to see the front bonnet, I guess the front a little bit longer, kind of like the Bugatti Royale, if you can, because it just, to me, it seems a little bit short. How can we stretch that without stretching, I guess, modifying the frame, right?
No, we can do it, yeah, it's not a big problem. We can go like this much, I guess. So it could go all the way up to here. So you can have a more prominent front end here. So like this. Obviously everything has to be adjusted according to this. Everything has to shift and move forward. But I think we're talking about this sort of a proportion. So it's like longer. It's like this. And I think it would be nice if you just put the VR headset on and try to experience this. Go ahead.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Okay, I'm seeing double.
Yeah, these are like screenshots of the same.
Oh, wow.
You can walk in, you're in VR, you know?
No way.
Yeah, come on. Dude. Walk towards it, go in front of it, walk around it.
Sick.
Yes.
Oh my God.
This is the closest thing to experiencing the actual car. And imagine you're looking at the car from like a balcony of a first floor right now.
Yeah.
The car is massive. You're looking at it like small. But yeah, this is more like
so cool.
Yeah.
So another suggestion.
Yeah, go ahead.
On the front wheels, can we have a cover of the wheel, kind of like a speed tail?
Yeah.
In white.
Yes.
It makes it more futuristic. So I like wheel covers. So obviously it would cover
maybe like half of the wheel, right?
No. The whole wheel.
The entire thing?
Just enough to get to the edge of the tire, so if you hit a bump, it doesn't crack the car.
Right.
So you leave a little bit play there.
Yeah, we can
So
play around
definitely
with
white
that.
plates on the front. I want to see if we can extend, like I said, the front a little bit longer.
Yeah.
You know, the car right now, design-wise, it looks really cool, very like a modern round door. But I think that even the round door has a larger front length in the front. So if we can stretch the front, because it just seems to me the front is, you know, it gives it the unique design being short length in the front. But I think if you stretch it, you know, I like to get to 17, 18 feet, if not 20. I don't know what's the length of this car right now.
You kind of feel like it's a hard stop in the front.
Exactly. I feel like I just hit a brick wall with the front.
Yeah.
But incredible. Let me see. I can move out of the way. Yeah, I love the front. Very cool. I gotta see the rear. Yeah, and I like the rear, how you thicken the center line, because in original design,
it was too narrow.
Too narrow.
Yeah.
And it gave it a little bit like a boat.
Yes.
And I wanted to be more beefy in the back, so
Exactly.
which is nice. Obviously, it would be great if we can implement the exhaust on the side, and we can have the tip of the exhaust in, you know, whatever, rose gold, whatever the stainless, the metal parts are.
Yeah, actually, that's a pretty good idea, actually.
Yeah, I think that, and have a double pipe coming out on each side, so it almost gives it like a hot rod, futuristic, but yet it's, you know, classic too, you know, like. Those are really my initial thoughts, but it looks incredible. I would like to see where the line for the doors are. Is that the line over here? Oh, you can't see it, but I gotta see the brake line. I guess that comes back to engineering to see what they can do with the hinges. Right?
Yes. Obviously, it's gonna be a suicide door no matter what. But where the brake, the shut line for the door, and like the luggage compartment is gonna be. That's like when we have the actual car, we need to scan it, see what's underneath, and what we can do with it. But obviously, we're gonna try to make it nice and very minimalistic in terms of scenes and shot lines. And by the way, you have that metal accent where the door handle is. So we're going to keep that just extended a little bit more into the fender. So that's that.
Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think by putting the wheel covers in the front in white, and then potentially we got to see the clearance on the rear. It could probably go a little bit lower, right?
I tried to stay safe here.
Yeah.
So it's like pretty much where you can.
Yeah, but you know the
clear
drop head
all
has
the curbs.
You know the drop head has hydraulic, so you can lower the car.
Oh.
So I'm going
there you
to
go.
lower it.
Sure.
I'm going to raise it, right?
Yes.
My drop head and see how much clearance we have. And then when I
Yeah.
lower it, so we can kind of see the variance.
Yeah.
So that way I want to bring it as low right there as possible.
Yeah. That
Right?
would be very cool actually
Yeah.
that way.
Yeah. All right. Well, what's under the hood? Just kidding. Oh my God, I love it. Iman, very impressed. Great job.
Glad you like it. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's a natural progression of our previous session.
Oh my
yeah.
God, I can't wait. This was a huge improvement going from paper to 3D and
Yeah.
modifying the rear and the front.
We're onto something.
We're onto more than something
Yeah.
here. Come on.
Okay, thank you, Manny.
Guys, this was incredible. Can't wait for the next session, which we're going to implement some of the things I said and
Yes.
stretch the front, put the wheel covers, put some exhaust on the sides.
Yeah.
And
And we're gonna
And then
have
from
more
there-
like
yeah.
color, more graphics, more details. So it's gonna look like more like a car. Right now it's more like a form. So yeah.
this is starting to get exciting, guys. Well, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Stand by. We're gonna have the next session when Iman's ready, and can't wait to freeze the spec so we can move over to the engineering department and start getting our toolbox out and build it.
Yeah.
So thank you again.
Thank you.
All
Thank
right,
you, man.
take care, buddy.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, guys. So if you're interested to follow the
Actually, I guess I'll
development
take it
of
to
this
my-
project and have a sneak peek of the behind the scene of the development and the design process of MKE1, make sure to join our Discord channel. The link below, click on the link below. Join the community, and there you can exchange ideas, and we can communicate on a monthly and weekly basis on the progression of the design and development of this exciting project. And who knows, maybe we can take some of your suggestions about the name of the car, about some details, some design features into the actual design, so you could be technically part of a design team.